Welcome to the presentation. Today I want to show you, the topic of the presentation is Ruslan's secret, but it's more like 9 or 10 tips I want to share with you and how to make your daily life as a programmer a bit more productive, a bit more streamlined, so you can get your stuff faster done, so you can maybe spend time with people that you love and don't have to work 12 hours every day. So let's just jump right to it. So the first tip I got for you is master your IDE. Get used to all the shortcuts, get used to your IDE, get it knowing. Because you're a digital craftsman, it's your tool. It's like when you're building something, you want to be proud of what you're using, so get used to it. Because something like that I see many times, people actually don't know what the IDE can do. And it does not matter if it's PHP Storm, VS Code, or Sublime Text. So as you can see here, PHP Storm gives us some nice helps like go to file. So we can use something like this, like a shortcut. You see, I can open it. I can write something like, hey, I want to go to app service provider. I can do something like ASP. You will see it's already using fuzzy search, things like that. Or I can go right into a line that I want, maybe 22, and voila, this file is open. And so much, so more. So that's like the first tip I got for you. Know your IDE, learn a hotkey every day so you are faster. Because you see, here on my screen, I have nothing. When you look here, it's completely empty. I do everything with hotkeys. I open the file explorer. I use everything here. And I think, this gives you so much productivity boost just to know, hey, what's possible with your IDE. Okay, and the next thing, what I often see is use the built-in terminal. Because it's so easy. You don't need an extra application or something, and you're pretty fast. And the scope is already right in the project. As you can see, it changes the directory right into the right directory. I'm already in the correct path here. And that's really cool because now we can just easily use aliases because we all know, hey, we can do something like this, composer dump autoload. We have to type a lot of things, and yeah, it's taking quite some time. But I'm using aliases like C for composer. And if you don't know, you can even alias the dump autoload is already there. So for the same thing I was writing, I'm just writing now 3 letters, and it's already working. And I would recommend for you to have an aliases file where you put everything. As you can see here, I have the C here for me because I'm using herd, so I'm using the herd specific stuff, but you can make it for you, for your use case as well. As you can see, I'm using A for artisan, and that's the next tip I want to show you. Okay, because when you go to your console route, as you know, we have a routes directory, and there's like a console route, so you can find in your terminal this route. So basically, Laravel ships with the inspire command, but I never use the inspire command. Not sure if you do it, but I'm changing it always to dev. Why am I doing that? Because now I can open the terminal and just write a dev, and it will run. So I can run my code very fast locally. I don't have to write some test endpoints, open the browser, visit the browsers, do stuff like that. And I can go work like that. So when you do something like here with the string helper, we do something like that. And then we prepend maybe Laravel, and then we array it out. Now I can just open the terminal, write a dev, look into Tinkerbell, and I see already the stringable here. And that's really nice because now I can tinker with it and say, hey, append meetup is awesome. And maybe I want to use the toString method as well and see, hey, what's the output? So I go to the terminal and use it again. And voila, you will see, hey, Laravel Switzerland meetup is awesome. And that's actually how I'm coding day to day. When I got a bug or something, first I try to reproduce it here in the dev command. And yeah, I think that's a really good way how you can get your coding going for the day. Okay, let's go to the next tip. We all love sending mails, I think. I got here a secret mail, and on the local environment, I'm testing it. So, hey, I want to send it. Okay, I'm writing a mail, and now this mail is out. Let's look here into hello. And we will see, oh, the secret mail is out. But you can see, oh, this is going to our client. And we are on local, and we are here on local development. And it's always a shame when the mail goes to a client that shouldn't go to a client. I think I'm not the only one experiencing that. And the nice part is the mail facade comes with something. Maybe you never heard of it, but the always to command. And when I use this and now send the mail and look here inside, now the mail is going to my dev domain, to my dev email. And yeah, sometimes I use like the production credentials and then I forgot, hey, or I forgot to change it, then I'm coding again on locally, and then I'm sending out emails, and it's always, it kind of feels unprofessional when things like that happen, yeah. Okay, and the cool part is I can only enable this when I'm in production. So let me show you that. When I go to the, again, to the app service provider, so we know how to do that now. I can put it here, and it would be nice that on production it wouldn't happen. Currently, right now, when I deploy it, it's always happening. So let's change that and go only on local development, or if it's not production, we will send this mail out. So this is a tip as well. And I actually love to use that. So never a mail goes out again on local environment for me. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one. And that's about arrays. As a PHP developer, we all love to work with arrays. But the thing about arrays is we have no clue what's inside the array. So when I go here, person, and I'm looking for auto-completion, I'm like, yeah, it could be name, could be title. Who knows what's inside the array? Nobody knows. But the nice thing is we can use array shapes. So let me put that here. And it's a new annotation that's called array shape because it's shaping the array. I think it's a great name. And you can tell, hey, what is inside? You can tell, hey, it's a first name, last name, and what type is it actually? So when I go here, I can see, now I know what must be inside the array, so it will work. So I have like the first name here or the last name. And you can even do more complex things with it. When I got something like the owner and I say, hey, I have the user class here, it actually knows what it is. So here I take the owner, and now I split the screen and show you the user class. And I have in the user class here on the right, I have a secret method that's called here. And when you look here in the IDE on the left, I can call now secret. And my IDE already knows, I'm working here with a secret, with a user object. And so it knows, hey, I have this class in it and I can use it, or this function. Okay. That's all about array shapes. I love working with them because sometimes when I come back to a function that I did not use for a long time, I have no clue, hey, what should go inside it? How is the array shaped? And this helps me a lot to work with it for the future. Okay. Great. Let's dive a little more deep. And the next tip is about the strict mode that you can activate on the Eloquent model. Some people love it, other people hate it. I like to activate it. Let me show you before you hate me. So we have here our post. We are querying all posts. This is easy. Then we are mapping over it, and then we have a user relation. It's just a belongs to relation, and we are fetching the name. When we run now this command with a strict, you will see no error is thrown. But behind the scenes, we are doing now lazy loading. This means we are loading the post one time, and then for every user that we are doing an n+1 query. So we are doing an additional query. But you can do it everything in the same time with eager loading. But oftentimes, our code is not that simple like this, and we don't see it right away. So we can activate the strict mode. And what does it do? So let me show you. When I run a strict now, don't worry, don't panic. That's the next tip. Read the error message. Okay, I will show you how I do it, and then we can go with it. So first we have the lazy loading violation exception. Okay, what does it say? Hey, attempted to lazy load user on model post, but lazy loading is disabled. It's already saying everything that we need. And it even tells us, hey, which line is it? So on 119, when we go here, go to 119, we will see, this is this line. And then we can directly see, we have a relation, user relation. So when we go here inside the post model, you will see, yeah, that's a belongs to relation. And so we can eager load it, and we go with just with. And so we are doing less SQL queries. And when we run our strict mode again here, we will see no arrows shown, and we get confettis. Yes, awesome. Okay, let me show you the next thing, what the strict mode is doing, besides preventing lazy loading. The next thing we can do is that we can disable that attributes that are missing on an object or on model also will throw an error. So currently, the user model doesn't have the attribute title. It does not exist, but I just typed it here. So when I go with a strict again, you will see no error. But when I activate the strict mode and run it again, boom, don't worry, we do the same thing again. We have now another exception and we can read it. Now it says, hey, missing attribute exception, and the attribute title either does not exist or was not retrieved from model. And that's actually a really cool thing, because yet now we can, otherwise this would now return just a null and we would get no error at all, because yeah, we maybe did a typo, we wrote name with 2 E's or something like that, and we didn't catch it, and then maybe, and we see some behavior is wrong, something is wrong, and that can be avoided with the strict mode. And we can put it here in the app service provider, this as well. To be safe, we will only do it in local mode, so in production we don't throw additional exceptions. So yeah, the user don't want to see the exceptions, it's kind of bad. They better get the bad behavior, let's say it like that. Okay. Yeah, that's everything I got for you for the strict mode. So let's go to the next one. It's about testing. And the thing about why I actually love to use pest as the test runner, if you're not writing tests, this is still helpful for you, because here, as you can see, we have like the old PHP unit syntax, or it's not old, it's the PHP unit syntax, let's say it like that. But there's another runner as well, it's called pest. In this project, I'm actually using pest as the runner. But why I'm doing that? Because the thing is, I can use the pest as the test runner, but the cool thing is pest comes with so much things out of the box already. Because we can do something like profile, we can look at the tests, hey, which test is running the slowest? But all the tests here in my test suite are written with PHP unit syntax. But still the pest runner is working. Or the cool thing is I can even run parallel testing. So I will run one time and see, hey, it takes 1 second. Or I will go with parallel and go with processes and say, hey, this should be 4 process. And you see, now it's 30 seconds faster. Now for this test suite, it doesn't make any sense to run it in parallel. But if you got thousands and thousands of tests, it will actually reduce for many minutes that you're doing that. And the cool thing is, when you're using pest as the test runner, you don't have to configure anything. It comes out of the box. You can still keep your old syntax running, the PHP unit syntax running. And there's a lot of more things like type coverage. When Sandro would be here, mutation testing as well. I hope the stable version is coming soon. And many more things you can add. And it's much easier configured than when you're using PHP unit. So this is one tip as well. Even when you're on PHP unit, go with pest as the test runner. Okay, last but not least, I have one more tip. Because I write often tests, things happen. And this is now on Cedar. So let's run the Cedar and let's see what's happening. I have here a command to run the migration and with fresh seeds. And it will create 1 user and 10 posts. But when we go in the post factory, you will see that every post is creating a new user. So actually in the database, I will have 11 users. So let me show you that. But for my use case, this doesn't make any sense that we have here 11 users here, and every post is created with another user, as you can see with the ID 2 until 11. So how can we fix that? The nice thing is, that's like a really nice gem that Laravel provides. We can just use the recycle method, and say, hey, please recycle the user model for me. And we have to do nothing else. When I run now the seeder again, everything is run again. I go now to the users model, users table, and refresh it. You will see that only one user is left. And the cool part is, when I go to the post, you will see all the users' ID are now related to the first user. And that's really awesome. So that you don't create unnecessary records in your database. Okay. That's like my last tip. That's tip number 10. And the thing is, what I wanted to show you is today is get used with your stuff that you're daily using. Like, use 5 minutes of your daily programming just to maybe learn a new shortcut every day. So one day you're using your IDE, because when I go to the database explorer, I'm using here. When I want to commit something, I can go here. When I open the terminal, everything, I have a shortcut. For everything I open it, I'm using the IDE, and so I can move fast. I don't have to think about it. At first, it will be slower than just clicking around. Yeah, I know. But over time, you will get used to it. You will get faster. And I think you will get stuff done in much less time than you think that you would do normally. And that's, I think, the thing we should strive for, to get a bit better every day, to get used to it. Hey, how's the IDE working? How's the framework working? How can I get stuff faster done? Because I think we want to spend the evening and have a nice meal and don't have to worry about things. And that's like my #1 goal. And yeah, if you enjoyed the talk, you can follow me on X. And yeah, thank you for your time. I hope you could learn 1 or 2 things. Thank you.